Today we will be doing the maintenance and service for your surface dropper post. Routine maintenance of your dropper post can improve the performance. Before every ride, clean the exposed parts of your dropper post with a cloth. For service of your surface dropper post, ensure that you have a clean working environment. Prepare the tools that you need before starting your service procedure. For this service, we will require an Allen key set, a small flat head screwdriver, and an adjustable wrench. Also note, you will be using a light tram butter grease for this service. Ensure a clean working surface to place small parts that will be removed during the service. Start by removing the dropper post from the frame. Also remove the saddle and the clamp assembly. Mark the saddle position and post height before removing to ensure an accurate reinstallation of the post. We will start by removing this clamp assembly. Using your 5mm Allen key, you will remove the bolts in the clamp assembly. Place the parts that you remove on a clean working surface. Clamp the actuator housing and unscrew the lower tube by hand. Using an adjustable wrench, taking precaution to protect the surface that comes into contact. Unthread the two set screws located in the actuator housing thread. Remove the actuator housing and place it on your clean working area. Remove the actuating pin from the internal cartridge. Place it on your clean working surface. Unthread the collar by hand to disconnect the lower tube from the upper tube. Slide the lower tube off from the upper tube. Place it on your clean working surface. Locate and remove the guide keys and lower bushing from the upper tube assembly. Using a small flathead screwdriver, pry the guide keys from the tube. Place the bushing on your clean working surface. Remove the collar and the upper bushing from the upper tube assembly. The bushing is recessed in the collar. Place the items on your clean working surface. Clean and inspect all parts for possible wear or damage. Replace any parts that are worn or damaged. Inspect the keyways for any signs of wear. Moving to the lower tube, inspect the inside guide channels. For this service we are using SRAM batter. It has a low viscosity rating that will ensure the correct performance of your dropper post. Using a conventional grease may be too viscous, causing unnecessary friction and stiction within your dropper post. Apply grease to the guide key channels located inside the lower tube. Ensure the inside surfaces are coated sufficiently. Work the grease into the channels. Apply grease to the collar and the upper bushing. Reinstall them to the upper tube. Ensure the surfaces are coated adequately. Install the collar. Ensure the correct orientation of the seal. Install the bushing. Apply grease to the guide key slots. Install the guide keys to the upper tube and the bushing. Ensure that the guide keys are correctly seated.
Thank you.
Ensure that the guide keys are parallel to the tube. This will mean that they are correctly seated. Slide the upper tube assembly into the lower tube assembly, ensuring the correct orientation for the guide key channels and guide keys. Rethread the collar onto the lower tube, hand tightening to secure. Reinstall the push rod into the cartridge housing. Reinstall the actuator housing. Rethread the set screws. Rethread the actuator housing into the lower tube. Use precautions to protect the surface in contact. Secure the actuator housing with the minimum torque required. Reinstall the clamp assembly to the dropper post. Reinstall the dropper post into the frame. Ensure correct actuation and operation of your dropper post assembly.